20 years ago, Jack accidentally killed his young friend and hid the body in a crevice in the forest. He thought no one would ever know, but 2 decades later, the town began plans to transform that very forest. As trees were felled one by one, Jack grew increasingly anxious. With each saw cut, he feared the secret in the crevice would be exposed. Realizing he had to act, Jack grabbed suitable tools from home and snuck out under the cover of night, determined to destroy any traces of the body. As Jack approached the fateful crevice, a pungent odor assailed his nostrils. Seeing the boy's down jacket still intact, he hurriedly tried to pull it out with his tools. However, the narrow opening made retrieval impossible. Just as despair set in, he heard the chatter of lumberjacks ahead. Terrified, Jack fled, but this very action aroused the workers' suspicions, ultimately leading to the discovery of the hidden corpse. The next day, the mayor gathered the townspeople to reveal the truth behind the boy's disappearance 20 years prior. The body had been found, and a thorough forensic examination confirmed death by a heavy blow to the temple. A hair not belonging to the victim was even found on the clothing. Technical analysis proved it came from a white male. Jack was now panic-stricken, and the boy's parents furiously demanded DNA testing of all residents to find their son's killer. The police were in a quandary. With only one perpetrator, and the hair potentially belonging to anyone, comprehensive DNA testing would not only cause huge financial losses, but was unlikely to be approved by superiors for a 20-year-old case. The only option was to store the hair in the DNA database and wait for the killer to emerge. Whenever the perpetrator took a DNA test, arrest would eventually follow. But when was impossible to predict, be it years or even decades. Hearing this, Jack breathed a sigh of relief, knowing he would never be exposed if he never took a DNA test. However, the next day at the hospital, a driver unexpectedly approached him, handing over a bracelet, the very one Jack had accidentally dropped in the forest 20 years ago. It turned out that after burying the body, the driver had passed by and witnessed Jack's suspicious behavior. Although he hadn't found the corpse then, when news of the missing boy spread, he immediately realized Jack was the killer. The driver urged Jack to turn himself in before leaving town. As Jack grappled with this dilemma, his girlfriend brought good news. She was 3 months pregnant and wanted to marry soon. But Jack didn't believe her, thinking her real intention was to force him into a DNA test. Hearing those words, Jack found himself at an impasse, reluctantly agreeing to the marriage. However, the ultimate irony was that his girlfriend was the missing boy's older sister, and his future father-in-law, the boy's father. Because of this, Jack would forever live in the abyss of guilt and self-blame, enduring unspeakable pain in solitude.